I can't do it. I can't do it. Hi. Hey. Hey guys. Hey guys. Okay, I'm going crazy. I haven't done the intro in like forever.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Okay, so today I am doing a story time. Not a specific story, just stories that have happened in my life that are weird and stuff and funny. So yeah. So to start off the story, I was about 3 years old and I was living in Kansas at the time. So basically, my sister liked to climb under buckets for some reason. I don't know why. She was like 6. We had like this giant bucket thing that she could fit into, and she would just crawl in there. Like if we're playing like hide and seek or something, she'd just hide under them. So one time I saw her going under the bucket. Keep in mind what I looked like. I had red hair that was pigtailed, so it looked like devil horns, and I just ate a red popsicle, so I had like red popsicle juice all over my mouth. So basically I looked like a demon. Yeah. Anyways, I saw her climb the bucket and I was like, I think I'm gonna go climb on top of that so that she's stuck. So that's what I did. I went and I climbed on top of the bucket and she was stuck for like a while. Then my mom finally heard all the screaming, and apparently I was a fat kid. So she couldn't get me off, and she was begging, like pounding and crying. So my mom finally heard what was going on outside, and she came out like terrified and saw what was happening and started like laughing. And then she went back inside to grab her phone to take a picture. So the end. That was one story. I can't remember my childhood now. Hold up, give me a second. Okay, so here's another story that happened like all the time. Since I am a member of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I do not drink alcohol, especially if I were 4 years old. But yeah, we would go to like neighborhood parties and they would always have alcohol there. Me as a little infant, and the rest of my siblings also, because we were little kids then, every time that we would go to a party and we would want to like drink some soda or something, we'd always come up to our parents and pretend this is like a soda, whatever, it's lotion. We'd be like, can I drink this? And then they'd be like yes or no, because it had alcohol in it. And so yeah. And my parents told me that when we first moved here, which no one drinks alcohol, even after like neighborhood parties or even family parties, we'd be like, can I drink this? And it would get a lot of laughs in it. So this is kind of a long story. Finally, we have a long story. I had, technically, because he's not crazy anymore, but he lives across the street, and I'm looking at his house right now. Right there, that house. So we'll give this guy a fake name. He's pretty old, but we'll name him Tony. We'll give him a name, Tony. Tony the Tiger. Tony is old. He's an old soul. Not old soul. He's just old. And basically when we first moved here, we had this little inlet like parking spot, so it's not on the street, and like about 3 cars can fit in there. That's where my sister parks. But as you know, we have a house full of teenagers. There's only one kid in our house now. We have my mom's minivan, my dad's Jeep, my brother's truck, and Brinley, my sister's Bug. So we have 4 cars. So we have this like little inlet area that we would park at, but this guy, Tony, across the street would always say, you can't park there. Like, he would get mad, and every time that like my sister would leave to go to school, right when she would leave, he would get in his car and park in her spot so that she couldn't park, so she'd have to park on the street and everything. And you're not allowed to park on the street, and we have really tiny like roads, so they're not like a normal size road that 2 cars can go on. Anyways, so we had that little inlet area and he would park there, but Then he moved somewhere. I don't know where he moved to, but he moved and it was for about like 2 years. But recently he just moved back to the house. That's where it gets interesting. He started to leave ransom notes. He would just leave notes without his sign saying, "You can't park here, you need to move your car." On my sister's car. Without like signing. So basically it was a ransom note saying, if you don't move, then I'm going to go to the HOA, which is like the board of our neighborhood. I remember one time my dad took me to go get some new shoes from the van store. It was like last year or something. My dad, he like took my brother's truck. We live in a cul-de-sac and we were down there, like over there. I don't know how to say it, but down, not where we would usually park. Tony saw the car. He literally bolted to one of his cars because he's like 5, but he has a super long driveway. So I'm like, why can't you park in your driveway and your garage? He's one of those people who's obsessed with their cars, like obsessed. He cleans them every single week and it's kind of annoying. But he goes and he like runs to his car and then drives and parks where the truck would usually park, right in front of us. My dad would like talk to him or something. He'd always be like,
"It's parking my view."
And we're like,
"What view? The view is of our house. Like, it's not blocking anything."
there's nothing to block except for maybe the front of our house. He would always say that it's blocking his view, and he would leave ransom notes on our cars and park in front of us when we're about to park and all this stuff. But it just recently got a lot more serious, and he just recently started putting out emails to everyone who has an inlet like parking area, putting notes on their cars saying, "You can't park here. This is for guests. No one can park here," but everyone ignored them and just kept parking there because either you're not allowed to park on the street, and people have more than 2 cars, so they can't just be in their garage. They don't really have anywhere to like park if they can't park in the inlet. So basically everyone ignored them. And the old guy, Tony, kind of just stopped bothering. He realized that he had really strong opinions due to this whole situation. And my mom talked to his wife, and then the wife talked to Tony and all this stuff, and it's blown over. But the HOA now is like, "You can't park there anymore," but no one cares. The end. I'm gonna do this last story. My dad had this car named, hello? I'm feeling, hello. I'm gonna be a little bit quieter because it's really loud. We had this car named Steve. So Steve was my sister's car for a while. We decided to go up to the lake near us to go like cliff jumping and paddleboarding and all that fun stuff. So we drove Steve and the minivan, because the minivan is big, so we could take like the paddle boards and like the food and all that stuff. And then we took Steve because my mom had a meeting that she wanted to go to the lake with us, but also had a meeting afterward because she's a realtor, and she had like a little she had to show a house after, so she brought that so she could leave early. So we drove to and it was super fun, but it was time to leave afterwards. So my mom, me, and my 2 other sisters were in the car, and we were driving, along, and all of a sudden we heard a big pop. And so we thought it was just a good tire, so my mom went on the side of the road, and we're like, what is going on? So we all were just like, I don't know. And so my older sister got out and was like, the tires aren't popped. And then all of a sudden the car started smoking, and my mom had a feeling that we should probably get out of the car and run. So that's what we all did. We got out of the car. My mom got like all of her little like papers and like stuff, but I left my shorts behind in the car because I was like, I don't want to die, so I just left my everything in there. We bolted up the street, and all of a sudden it caught on fire. Yeah, it caught on fire. It was really fun, and my shorts are still alive. Anyways, I took a video of it smoking and catching on fire, so here it is.
Physically, so. Just tell me about what happened real quick.
That's the fire. That's the whole situation. And as Steve is just dying, people kept stopping and be like, are you guys all okay? Do you need water or food? Are you okay? Like, and they had to close down like the street. The thing is, we had no service because it was still up in the mountain in the lake where they didn't use any service up there. So none of us had service to call like 911 or anything, but after multiple cars were like, I don't have service either, like no one had service, this one person was like, oh, I have some service, I can call. My dad and my brother were in the minivan because they had to pack up everything and all that. So they had no idea what was going on. But we also had to like file like a report. We had to take our statements or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called, but to take our little like what happened, and they had to take away the car and we had to do all this stuff. So we didn't leave for like another hour, and my mom missed her little meeting because yeah, but it's fine. Steve died, but my shorts are still alive and I'll show you them. They're the Under Armour shorts. I don't even know, it looks nasty. It kind of looks like bird poop, but it's like when they put out, it's like all the melted pieces of car that go on it that splattered onto my shorts. Yeah, so my shorts are still alive, and moral of the story, my shorts are still alive. Anyways, that was the time our car blew up. It was really fun. Yeah, the end of that one too, and we're the end of this video as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the little stories that I've experienced in my lifetime. Check out our socials in the link down below, and please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. That'd be really great. You guys are the best. Love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.